the next generation of Xbox consoles is always for fun discussion, especially with everything that has happened this generation. What we know right now is that they are working on next-gen hardware. There will be an at-home console and a handheld. I mean, that's kind of what has been unofficially confirmed, but I mean, Phil Spencer has pretty much officially confirmed that they are doing the handheld thing. The question is, when is it coming out? We don't know. And when are they going to announce it and tell us more about it? But we have some very interesting information here about the future of Xbox, and Jason Ronald, who's going to be showing up at CES next month at this new gaming handheld convention that is going to have Steam there. It's going to have Lenovo, Asus, all of the big guns when it comes to the PC handhelds. And he's going to be there introduced as the VP of Next Gen. So he kind of has that promotion of the VP of the next generation of hardware, who we know who Jason Ronald is. He was behind the Xbox Series X, and I think the Xbox Series X is the best console experience out there right now. Maybe the best console experience we've ever had from just a feature-filled perspective. You take a look at things like backwards compatibility, all the features you get addition to playing these games, the upgrades and everything. And then you also have things like quick resume, which to me is the biggest game changer in all of consoles that we've had this generation. But because the Xbox doesn't sell as well as PlayStation and stuff, people just don't talk about this anymore. They don't talk about how good of an experience the Xbox console is. And I still think it is by far a better experience than playing on the PlayStation 5. So Jason Ronald has done great stuff with the consoles, and now he's going to be the VP of Next Gen. You have to ask, how is he going to improve on the overall experience of the current Xbox? And obviously faster SD, more power, all of that stuff. Quick resume, there may be more games you can put into the quick resume. Maybe it'll work a little bit faster than it currently works right now, even though it is very good. And hopefully they add in a couple of other features like quick resume just to improve that overall user experience that I think right now is phenomenal. And besides the at-home console, how are they going to translate all this stuff to a handheld if they're going to be making a native Xbox handheld with the Xbox user interface? Will it have all of those same features? Well, we may get a bit more information in January. This is actually very exciting if you are looking forward to the next generation of hardware, whether that is from Xbox perspective or from the PC handheld perspective, like another Steam Deck or Steam OS and stuff, which I enjoy all of that stuff. So I'm going to be looking forward to this. We know that we talked about this in my video yesterday, that CES 2025, there is going to be a new showcase about the future of gaming handhelds. And Pierre-Loup Griffet is one of the designers of the Steam Deck at Valve, and he will be a part of that presentation. And you would assume he's going to be showing off the Lenovo Legion Go S with the Steam UI on it, the Steam operating system, which I think is very smart. I think Steam is getting out ahead of everybody here, or at least out ahead of Xbox by licensing out their OS to other manufacturers. So going forward, you're going to have the flagship Steam Deck by Valve, and there's going to be a Steam Deck 2, and then you're going to also have other options to stay within the Steam ecosystem, but get a PC handheld at different prices, different power, all that stuff by buying maybe a Lenovo one, an Asus one with Steam OS on it. And I think Xbox should do this. They need to do this. I think it is probably the best way if they have any chance of wanting to compete with something like the Steam Deck or Steam OS and the Steam PC interface and the people who play on PC, because they can integrate Play Anywhere, and then that easily transfers from your handheld to your console, all of that. But you have a different option of what you want, what PC handheld you want to get, depending on price and everything. I think that is the best way to do it. And Jason Ronald is going to be at this showcase, but they're going to be introducing him as the VP of Next Generation. And we don't know exactly what that means. We don't know what he's going to be showing off, or if he's going to be showing off anything, what he would be potentially talking about. But you can kind of take an educated guess and think they're not going to show off the actual Xbox handheld at this show, at a CES show. They would probably wait for an Xbox showcase to do that. But what he potentially would be talking about is how they're going to be making improvements and how they are going to be making that Xbox user interface to work better on the current PC handhelds, which currently just use Windows 11, and it works, it's fine, but it can be very cumbersome because you have to kind of basically use it like a desktop. And we've seen already Xbox make multiple changes to the Xbox app, making it smaller, making it more of a user console style of interface. But he's probably going to be talking about the Xbox UI, Xbox OS, whatever you want to call it, and how this will translate onto the other PC handhelds out there, like Lenovo's, like Asus. And this may be signaling that Xbox is going to be licensing out their Xbox operating system to these different manufacturers, which would mean they're probably following in the footsteps of Steam and their next gen launch with the handheld. You're going to have the Xbox One, the at-home console, and then potentially an option of third-party manufacturers who have that certified for Xbox PC handheld, where it will boot up with that Xbox OS into the Xbox ecosystem. And I think that would be a very smart move, and a lot of people would buy into that. PC handhelds are taking off. This is so obvious now when you're seeing what is going on here, especially with the rumors of PlayStation wanting to make a handheld too, is that Xbox and PlayStation are looking at the console market and they're saying the console market isn't growing. It's stagnant. And it doesn't really matter what the current sales numbers are comparatively. If you look at like the PS4 by the end of that generation to what's projected by the end of this generation, the sales of the consoles aren't going to be significantly more or less than what they had last gen. So they're pretty stagnant. They're just selling the consoles to the same people over and over and over again. And what these companies have talked about, if you go look at their financial reports, their quarterly, everything and stuff we've seen from the FTC trials, they want to find other ways to grow out their ecosystem, and the console just isn't going to be the way. But they're seeing the PC handheld market, and they're seeing that that is taking off because of Steam and Steam Deck, where they really kicked it off, and those sold well. So then you saw everybody else jumping in, and they want to get a piece of that pie. So I think we will see this as kind of the main selling point for the next generation. A lot of people are going to be picking up these handhelds potentially instead of the at-home consoles. And again, if you're Xbox, the smartest thing to do, because they're already using Windows, so you're already making money off of it that way from the Microsoft perspective, just get a bunch of Xbox certified handhelds as well and give people more options to jump into the ecosystem. And I think it would be a big boost here and a big win for Xbox going forward. So I'm very much looking forward to this event in January and seeing what they do have to show off. But we are now 4 years into this current generation. Everything's going to be ramping up over the next couple of years, probably going 2025, 2026, where we're hearing more and more about what is to come from Xbox, from PlayStation, and seeing what the next generation is going to look like. But cool stuff here. I would love to know your thoughts on this. What do you think would be the best move for Xbox with the handheld? Do they just stick to building their own and keeping everybody to buy that one? Or do they build their own plus send out their operating system to other manufacturers and then have a bunch of different certified by Xbox PC handhelds that play a Xbox ecosystem and play Game Pass and your entire Xbox library? That's what I think it should be, but who knows what they are going to do, and their plans change all the time. Who knows exactly what the handheld market is going to be like by the time they do launch, which is why I do think Xbox should be doing this sooner rather than later. I don't think they need to be waiting a couple of years to launch this thing. I think they need to get out there because you have Steam. They're already getting the ball rolling by licensing out their OS. And then you have the big one, which is the Nintendo Switch 2, which is going to be coming out in probably early 2025. So the competition is going to be huge here. It's going to be who can do it the best, who can give people the best options with being able to access their games. And obviously play anywhere is a big feature that Xbox needs to double down on when it comes to their handheld. But I'll end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.